So I was just thinking about how uh, we are a yoga teacher training school here, and a couple of these guys and some people that are doing it at home as well have their teacher training exam today, and it's the final exam. It's the last day of it's 2 years, so it's a long time. It's a big deal, right? It's a big thing for you guys. And I'm not trying to make you nervous. I'm actually brought this up. I actually wanted to talk about it because I wanted to just like bring up how this, how, that thing, I know you guys know this, but how if I asked you, like, how would you feel if you're feeling nervous about something? Like, what does that feel like in your body? And you might say, I don't know, something like, oh, a bit heart racy, a little bit funny tummy, a little bit like a little breathless. And you know what I mean. And if I also said to you, tell me also how you feel when you feel excited, when you're really excited and, like very positive about something that's about to happen, you would say the same things probably, right? So I just think it's an interesting thing. And it's something I've thought of talking about little kids because, I was thinking about what about, and I also get why parents do this. I'm not trying to be mean to parents. But little kids are pretty excited a lot of the time, aren't they? They're just like little bundles of joy. They're like, wow, it's so, and it's like it comes out of them, right? They like dance around and, they kind of jump up and down and I was thinking, and it's so beautiful, really. It's just that often if you think of perhaps for us, maybe we were told to shh, be quiet, settle down, be still, and I'm not saying anything against stillness, like we actually cultivate that in yoga. It's just that exuberance and joy that comes with excitement. Maybe some of us, in some way, this is just my theory, it's nothing really, I'm not saying to believe it, but I just wonder if sometimes we've sort of been conditioned a little bit, like how you train animals, you train your dog, like we also get trained, like if you have kids, you know what I mean, you're kind of training them most of the time. And so this idea in yoga is that we understand that we do get sort of conditioned by whether it's cultural beliefs or etc. There's more than that, but you can see that, you can see it even just in the way, like our society, like we say left and right, but it's quite egocentric because, see, my left, that's your right, right? So there are some cultures that would say west, because west is both of our wests, you see, and east, it's both of our easts. Whereas some people might be like, I don't know where east and west are, so I'm glad we say left and right, right? But you would know if that's where you lived, where you'd grown up, because you would have learned that way. And so all I'm trying to say is that it's wonderful that we learn in life, like it's actually necessary, of course. It's just that maybe some of the things that we've learned don't always serve us. And if we actually find that we're potentially having like such maybe problems with certain emotions, because they're just emotions, like the word tells you, emotion comes and goes. So it's going to come and it's going to go. And however, sometimes we can like get really, and say just nervousness can turn into anxiety, and that can really stay. And so I'm just suggesting that there is the possibility of being free. And that's what yoga is. So shall we just close your eyes when you're ready? And if you'd like to, we'll do this practice where we'll bring the back of your left hand onto your leg, and then we'll make a Hamkara mudra with your right hand. So that's where you put your thumb and first finger like they're touching together. And then we're going to point that right into the center of your chest, right in there. And then just rest your palm there. And let your eyes rest closed. And can you imagine just inside the heart center. Sometimes, you could imagine it like the cave of the heart, surrounded by the rib cage. Can you imagine a little candle flame? And just visualize that, a candle flame. And with your in-breath, you can feel how your chest kind of expands. And then with the out-breath, it draws back in. The in-breath, it rises up and the east and west sides expand, and then back towards center. And so with your breath, as you feel the expansiveness on the in-breath, can you imagine the little candle flame glowing? Can you imagine that glowing, expanding? Imagine it like a radiance spreading. And then with the out-breath, just concentrating back, that you're looking right back to the little flame. And the in-breath, it's glowing, radiant, shining. And the out-breath, little flame. And you feel the glowing. Just know this light is you. Let it spread, let it shine freely. This is the location of your jiva, your individuated self. Imagine the little flame on the out-breath. And you start to kind of sense that glowing spreading through your body. Then just let your right hand rest down into Uddiyana Mudra and let your awareness come up to above the eyebrows, above the bridge of the nose, and inwards from your forehead. Just resting here. Just let your attention rest here as you let your tongue rest downwards and the roof of the mouth float upwards. Just allowing that glowing to spread. Bring your palms together at your chest and set your intention. And we'll join together for one Om. When you're ready, we'll gently just bring your right leg out to the side, and then you bring your left one in. If this is okay, maybe that's not okay for your leg, so you may find it's better to sit like that, or maybe like that, or maybe like this. So just adjust. You might want to sit up onto a blanket or a bolster, and then you might like to have your block just over to the side. So fiddling around, and then if you'd like, you can have that block high, because we're going to turn across over towards the bent leg, and then bring this arm up and reach up and over towards the other leg. So you may find that you'd like to bring the block a little lower. Perhaps you might even like to hold on to your foot. But remember, yin is relative to yang. Yang is like muscle, go, do. A lot of our lives, right, are yang. If you've got little kids, yang. Like, it's relentless, never ending, right? So yin is stillness, quietness, just going to the minimum edge, just going to where you feel some sensation, not always having to like push. And some of us, this is easy, and some of us, we're learning it for like our whole lives because we we learned so well that push thing, right? The prove yourself thing, the do more. If you do more, then you're better. Well, yoga's saying, well, it's not really true. You're already beautiful. You're already just absolute perfection, gorgeousness. So you may even like to close your eyes if it feels nice here. And again, just have the sense of your body breathing. Can you feel how the ribs kind of expand with the in-breath and draw back in on the out-breath? When you're ready, we'll come up. And then if it's okay, we may start to very, very gently start to go forwards. You may find that you want to just lean back because it may be better for you leaning back, or you could also try this laying on your back if you know it isn't good for your back coming forwards. But some of you guys might easily be able to come a little bit forwards and just maybe rest your head, or some people just like to let their head just kind of dangle. Just you kind of experiment and see what feels the best for you. You probably feel this around the inside of the left hip joint, but you don't want it to be too much, remember. So see, it's okay just for a little while here. Just letting your body breathe here. Couple more breaths. When you're ready, we'll slowly come up and maybe bring this leg in a little bit, or this leg out. See how that feels. Maybe you might rather have this foot in like that, or perhaps it's okay like this. You may want to just slide a blanket under your bottom. Then again, we'll turn across to the west. Bring your up. See how that is, maybe, because where we're wanting to feel this is down the side of our body. So that's why sometimes we feel it more there if we're more up than if we go like that way. Do you see what I mean? So just nice and easy. Sometimes some of us may feel it a little bit into the shoulder. That's okay. So you can think of like yang as in like light and yin as heavy. Can you just like almost as if you've got like stones on your sitting bones? Heavy into the earth, like you're part of the earth. Because as it turns out, you are. When you're ready, we'll come up and we'll gradually maybe just see, is it better for you to lean back a bit, or maybe just switch to laying onto your back or come forwards. Sometimes one side's really different to the other, so just go slowly and see if it's okay. If this side is more challenging, just go a little slower. If it's easier, that's nice too. You may want to come out of it and do the other side for a little longer. You know what I think of our yin practice is, when I was talking to you about little kids, is that, how like if a little kid falls over and it's, like a minor accident, they cry and they want that you give them a hug and then they're okay. And think about yin practices like this self-soothing, this like you're giving a hug to yourself. Just acceptance, understanding, compassion, love, and wisdom, knowing you're okay. And that's presence that you can rest in. You can practice it by letting your breath, like feeling your breath in your whole body. And so if there is anywhere where you kind of feel this a lot, can you bring the breath there? Is your loving presence like a hug there? Just for a couple more breaths. Time to come up when you're ready, and then we'll just bring that leg out. So the legs are wide. And they don't have to be too wide. Maybe you want them a little bit closer. So just see what suits you. And again, it's actually nice to do these poses sitting at a wall. So you could just sit like that. If it feels nice, you can start to come forwards. And again, just slowly to where you start to feel some sensation. So you're not trying to get somewhere. That's what I was saying. Like the yang is always trying to get somewhere. It's like tick off the list, have the goals. And they're always external goals. Yin is internal. It's being, not doing. I think of it as like a deep listening in. And just, carrying on with the whole, theme of the baby, the little children, is that you could even think of like your body as like a little baby. Obviously, we don't look like little babies, but in a way, it's like your body can't communicate to you like an adult. It doesn't like have a conversation with you. And it's like our minds can often override the body. And as I was saying, if we've been really conditioned into a very yang way of being, or really sort of like quelled a lot in our life, we might be just really familiar with like the voice telling us what to do, rather than like feeling into the body. And the body that doesn't talk in a voice, it kind of communicates like a baby. And you know what I mean, because you know how, say if you've stayed up too late, you wake up in the next morning, you're really tired, you feel that in your body. And probably your body was actually telling you before you went to sleep to go to sleep, but maybe you just overrode it. Take your time. When you're ready, we're going to come up, and then we'll lay down onto your back, because that's just what you feel like doing. Does your body say lay down? Yes. Okay, I will. So then you don't have to do this with blocks. You can also just do it with no blocks, just like this. It's just some of you may like to have a block underneath your feet like this. Sometimes that feels better. And some people like to have a block or a bolster under the sacrum like that. So remember, it's not like one way is better. It's just what way does your body like to do this the most? So you get kind of like a release into the inner groin, but not into the lower back. You don't want to feel the lower back compressed. So we just want to find like a nice position that you can rest here for a while. And if I'm saying for you to hold for too long, just come out of it sooner, okay? Don't feel like you have to hold it. You could extend your legs out. You could even stop and start again. Sometimes that's nice in yin poses. You might like to slide the 2 blocks under your thighs if you don't have them under your feet. Just see what's nice for you. And yeah, yin does, there is sensation. You do feel something, right? And that's where we practice presence, that loving presence, that gentle listening. Another example, just to hopefully be able to communicate what I'm trying to, is that, like if you've eaten too much and you just feel so full, it doesn't feel like your body's telling you that it doesn't feel right. I mean, maybe you never do that. But my family specializes in it. So, and the same thing, if you're too hungry, your body tells you. But somewhere along the line, maybe things have happened where we've overridden it. I remember when I was a kid, everyone, you're always expected to eat every mouthful on your plate, right? I think that people have understood that's probably not the best way. I see my daughter with her children, it's very different, and I think it's beautiful. It's like just trusting the body. Which requires the mind to quieten down. It means we need to release all of all of that conditioning and training and shoulding, just letting go of the shoulds. Take your time. You may want to bring your hands onto your legs to pull them back up. Just put your feet onto the block and then just take the block out from under your bottom if you had one there. Push the other block away from your feet and then just let your legs slide out onto the ground. And just letting yourself feel inside your body the vibrance, the glowing, the light that you are. This next posture, we're going to come into a twist. So you can just put your feet onto the ground. You might like to have your bolster underneath your legs, because I think that's a really nice way to make the twist a little more gentle, but you don't have to. If it's really easy for you to be in the twist, you don't need to have the bolster. It's just up to you. I kind of wish I'd said it earlier because I don't want to disturb you so much, but I just know that this is really nice to do this. So you have the feet onto the bolster, and then you bring your right ankle onto your left leg, and you can lift your bottom a bit over to the right. And then you can bring your left foot and shin and right foot onto the bolster. Or just see, maybe you would prefer to have the right knee down and the left leg on top. So if you have the left leg on top, it's going to bring it more down into your hip joint. If you have the right leg on top, it's going to move it more into the spine. So left leg on top, see how that feels? And try right leg on top and see if that, which one do you prefer, basically? I just like to offer you that left leg on top option because some of us, we kind of load our lower back a lot, and I don't want you to be loading your lower back right now. Feel how you can let your shoulders rest into the ground. I like using the bolster because it helps your shoulders to rest down more. And do you see how that feels? I hope that feels nice for your neck, and let your head just be positioned however feels nice. Maybe towards the left may feel better for you, or towards the ceiling, or towards the right. Just see what's the like most beautiful. You know, I think that that women, we have this biological imperative to be able to put others' needs before our own. I think it's beautiful. I think none of us would be here if it didn't exist. You don't have to be a mother for that to be the case, that's for sure. Certainly, anyone who is a mother knows, like, sometimes you hold on to needing to do a wee for ages because you're feeding the baby, or the baby's asleep in your arms, or certainly you get woken up in the night and you'd much rather be asleep. But you let go, you just immediately follow that biological imperative. And so I'm not saying it's not good, it's wonderful that we have it. It's beautiful. It's just that I think because of it, it may be really beautiful for us to practice turning some of that nurturing into ourself right now, into yourself, in this loving presence. Take your time. When you're ready, we'll come up and switch to the other side. And then, like choosing which leg to put on top, do that in a way that's just like beautiful, like lovely. Kind of just see, what is it nice if I've got the left leg on top and I bring it across? How does that feel? Like this tending in. Does that feel lovely? Maybe I'll try the right leg. How does that feel? Wow, maybe they both feel lovely. So just taking time to, just see what feels lovely for you right now. And then take care of you. Take care of you. As if you're a little baby, like your body's a little baby. Like you're having a heart-to-heart with yourself. And again, just using the example of like little kids, if there was a little girl dancing in this room right now, running in so excited, if I said, "Oh, you're so beautiful," she would just smile. She wouldn't say, "Oh no, I need to go to the hairdresser," or "Oh no, I didn't sleep very well last night," or "Oh no, don't look at me." Right? So it's like your body, the baby of your body. It's like it is happy to soak in adoration. It's happy. It loves. It loves joy and delight and wonder. Take your time. We'll gradually come back, and then you could just maybe just push the bolster a little bit to the side, because you probably want to use it again, but we'll just bring the legs out wide on your mat. So just wide out. And We're just going to shuffle your shoulders. So kind of like lift your chest and just move it a bit over to your left. And then just bring your right ankle over next to your left ankle. And you might like to bring your arms overhead so that you could perhaps hold onto the right wrist if you like. You might like to put the right ankle onto the left ankle or vice versa, left onto the right. So we're just kind of opening down the whole side of your body. And again, just let yourself make any little adjustments that will be nice for you to nurture you. Maybe you'd like to just move your blanket under your head. Maybe you'd like to just slightly adjust the position of your feet. Just letting your whole body breathe, the sense of your whole body breathing in, whole body breathing out, that kind of sense of the glowing expansiveness, the gorgeous radiance on the in-breath, and like you're just soaking in that radiance on the out-breath, accepting, enjoying, delighting in this, in the light of your being. When you feel ready, gently lowering your arms and letting your legs just be wide apart on the mat, and just resting back in in the center line. And you probably may notice one side of your body feels different to the other. And so when you feel ready, you might like to shuffle your chest, your shoulders a little bit over to your right, and then bring your right leg over next to the left, maybe ankles touching or one ankle on top of the other if that feels good, and letting your arms perhaps come overhead. Just letting yourself really rest into the ground, like you're surrendering into the earth, part of the earth. Feel your breath in your body, like beautiful loving kindness presence spreading. When you feel ready, just letting your legs rest back out. outwards on your mat. Let your arms rest downwards. So beautiful. You may want to just rest there. It may feel really good for you just to have Shavasana now. So do that if you'd like. If you would like to roll over to your side and come up when you are ready to, we could come into this chest opening posture, which I'll just show you just a couple of different alternatives for. So one is where you just bring the block in between the shoulder blades and let your arms come overhead and your head. Maybe you want to put a blanket under your head. You've got the block there, but maybe you might also like a blanket to support your neck. I'll come around and help you. You may like to have the legs out. You don't want to feel it into the lower back. The way we come out of it is we just roll over to the side. You don't have to do that version though. Maybe you might like to have this block a little bit higher like that and just put your bolster on there like that, put a blanket under your bottom and come into this more, like luxurious version, just whichever one you prefer, okay? If the block one is easy for you, it's nice to do that too. Like it's just whichever one you prefer. It just helps to kind of bring a little bit of that expansion across the chest, which gives us a sense of life, Yeah, it's so easy to breathe in, right? Yeah, good. The yogis recognize that when we breathe in, it's actually bringing inspiration into our body. Maybe I'll just try putting this under your bottom. Marty, just, yeah, like that. Yeah, and then I might just put this under your feet, like this. Yeah, and you can you like that or like that. Yeah, either one, you can do both, okay? Yeah. And so if you're doing it with the blocks, you might want to come out of it sooner than I say and just roll onto your side. If you're on the bolster, you may be comfortable to stay there for a while. So just choosing what suits you best. And again, you can perhaps let your awareness come in to the heart center. Can you imagine as you feel that fullness and ease and beauty of your in-breath? Can you imagine the glowing of the candle, how it spreads? And on the out-breath, can you visualize a little flame, little tiny flame? When you feel ready, we'll gradually, if you're on the blocks, you'll roll over to your side and move into Shavasana. If you're laying on the bolster, you may want to just stay there for Shavasana if it feels nice, right? Sometimes it just feels like such relief, right? So you don't have to transition at all if you don't want to. If you would like to come into this deep rest, peace. Inner peace. It's resting in the mantra, the vibration of peace, Om Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. You know, sometimes people have this idea that peace is just like a passive nothing, but it's actually like a wonderful vibrance. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May you experience peace within you in relationship to yourself. Om Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti. The second Shanti is may your relationships be peaceful. Om Shanti. May I experience peace. Peace within me, inner peace. Peace with myself as I am. Om Shanti, Shanti. May my relationships be peaceful. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May all beings and the whole world be peaceful. May there be peace on earth. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Getting every cell in your body in resonance with peace. Perhaps you might like to stay in Shavasana, and so I really encourage you to do that. There's plenty of time for you to do that here, so please do. Just if you do want to seal our practice together, you might like to just start to make some little movements with your fingers and toes, and perhaps hug your legs in to your body, putting your arms around your shins, giving yourself a cuddle, a big I love you, darling, gorgeous cuddle. Beautiful, beautiful. Just in a pure love way. Then roll over to your side when you feel ready. Slowly take as long as you like to come up to sit up if you would like to do that. Sit however is comfy. Bring your palms together in Anjali Mudra. You could just listen to the Oms or join together for 3 Oms. Om. Om. Namaste. Thank you so much. Good on you. You feel beautiful. Thank you.